You're not here to be comforted. You're here because something inside you knows the truth. You are not as strong as you could be. You can hide it from the world. You can even try to hide it from yourself. But when the lights are off and the noise is gone, you can feel it. Weakness. The small cracks in your mental armor. The way you still flinch when life hits you harder than expected. You know it's there. The sting when someone disrespects you. The burning anger when plans collapse. The knot in your stomach when the future is uncertain. The shame of past mistakes you can't seem to let go of. You try to stand tall, but deep down, you're still too easily moved, too easily shaken. Let's make something clear from the start. The world doesn't owe you kindness. Life has never promised to be fair. It will not slow down for you. It will not change its course to protect your feelings. The storms are coming, whether you're ready or not. And if your mind isn't forged in discipline, reason, and resilience, the storms will tear you apart. That's why we're here. Today, you're going to confront 8 brutal Stoic laws that, if you take them seriously, will rewire your mind into something unbreakable. Not just stronger, not just better, but unshakable, like a fortress built in the middle of a hurricane, standing tall as everything else falls apart. But here's the catch. These laws are not soft advice. They are not motivational quotes you paste on your wall to feel good for 5 minutes. These are principles that demand change, real change. And change hurts. It will feel like tearing down the person you've been and rebuilding from the ground up. It will demand self-control you've never had before. It will demand honesty so raw it feels like self-betrayal. You might think you're ready. You might believe you're already mentally tough. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Mental strength is not how loud you speak, how much you pretend to be confident, or how many times you tell yourself you're fine. It's what's left when every comfort is stripped away. It's the part of you that stands when there's nothing left to stand on. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They lived in a world of war, betrayal, exile, poverty, and death. Without the safety nets you take for granted, they didn't survive because they had perfect lives. They survived because they trained their minds to be greater than their circumstances. They became masters of themselves when the rest of the world lived like slaves to emotion and impulse. The laws you're about to hear are not life hacks. They're not tips, they're demands. And each one of them is a blade. You can use it to cut away weakness, or it will cut you instead. So before we go further, understand this. Adopting these laws will cost you. You will lose illusions. You will lose the comfort of blaming others. You will lose the excuses you've been holding on to like a blanket. You will have to face the truth that your suffering is, in part, your own creation. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. You will not like every law. In fact, some will make you angry. They will go against the stories you've been telling yourself about why you are the way you are. They will strip away the idea that life is happening to you and replace it with the cold fact that you are responsible, always responsible, for your own mind. If that sounds harsh, good. That means you're waking up. That means you're starting to see that the only way to become mentally unbreakable is to stop waiting for the world to change, and instead change yourself into someone who cannot be broken no matter what the world does. There will be no shortcuts, no magic formulas, only discipline, reflection, and the ruthless rejection of self-pity. And the more you resist, the more you will prove why you need this. You can keep living the way you've been living, reacting instead of acting, breaking instead of bending, drowning instead of swimming. Or you can start applying these laws and become the kind of person storms can't touch. The choice is yours. But once you start, there's no going back, because the moment you see the power of a mind ruled by reason instead of emotion, you'll never again accept the weakness you once called normal. This is not about being fearless. Fear will always exist. Pain will always exist. Loss will always exist. This is about becoming the kind of person who can walk into those fires and come out sharper, harder, and more dangerous than before. And if you're ready for that, then pay attention, because the first law will hit you like a punch to the chest. Law number 8. Stop expecting life to be easy. Life is not meant to be easy, and expecting it to be is the root of fragility. Those sheltered from hardship shatter when reality arrives, breaking down over small inconveniences or setbacks. The Stoics understood that the harder you expect life to be, the stronger you'll become. Marcus Aurelius prepared for betrayal and chaos. Seneca endured exile and constant danger, and Epictetus, born a slave, stood unmoved in the face of cruelty. The key is not pessimism, but readiness, approaching life like a soldier expecting battle, not comfort. Modern life, however, conditions us to see difficulty as an error, to chase comfort at all costs, making us dependent and fragile. You cannot become unbreakable while avoiding the very challenges that forge resilience. The Stoics trained through voluntary discomfort, sleeping on the floor, eating plain food, wearing simple clothes, not because they loved suffering, but to strip away the illusion that comfort is necessary. This mindset turns obstacles into expected parts of the path, betrayals into reminders of human nature, and setbacks into fuel for sharper determination. When you stop expecting ease, you stop wasting energy resisting reality and start adapting, solving, and moving forward. Comfort may feel good in the moment, but it weakens you for the inevitable battles ahead. The brutal law is simple. Stop waiting for an easier life and start building the strength to meet life as it is. Become so disciplined and mentally fortified that no hardship can break you. Ask yourself when things go wrong, did I expect this to be easy? If so, you've found the source of your frustration. Let go of that expectation and you'll face reality head-on. This principle is the foundation of all Stoic discipline. Without it, the rest collapses. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Life will not be easy. Good. That's exactly why you'll win. Law number 7. Control what you can. Ignore the rest. Most people live as if they're in control of everything, and then they break when reality shows them they're not. They obsess over what others think. They panic over politics. They rage at the weather. They spiral when strangers online insult them. Their energy is scattered across 1,000 things they will never control, and they wonder why they're exhausted and powerless. The Stoics didn't play that game. They drew a hard line between what is theirs and what is not. What is yours? Your thoughts, your actions, your choices. What is not yours? Everything else. Other people's opinions, the past, the future, the outcome of events once you've done your part. And here's the brutal truth. The more time you spend trying to control the uncontrollable, the weaker you become. Every ounce of energy you spend worrying about something you cannot change is stolen from what you can change. Epictetus put it simply. Some things are up to us and some things are not. That's it. That's the map. If it's up to you, do something about it. If it's not, let it go instantly, without complaint, without anger, without regret. But most people do the opposite. They avoid responsibility for what they can change and drown themselves in frustration over what they can't. It's a perfect formula for misery. You want to be mentally unbreakable? Flip that equation. Take ruthless ownership of your mind, your habits, your responses, then cut off every ounce of emotional investment in what lies outside that sphere. This isn't passive. It's not doing nothing. It's focusing all your firepower where it matters. You can't control if someone lies about you, but you can control how you respond. You can't control the economy, but you can control how you spend, save, and adapt. You can't control whether it rains tomorrow, but you can control whether you complain or get on with the job. When you master this law, you stop being a puppet to external chaos. The world can scream, and you will stay silent inside. People can betray you, and you will act with clarity instead of vengeance. Circumstances can shift without warning, and you will adjust without panic. This is mental armor. Not because you're ignoring reality, but because you've built the discipline to direct your energy where it will actually change something. Everything else, you let it burn without you. Because the man who fights battles he cannot win is a fool. The man who fights only battles worth fighting is unstoppable. Ludar 6. Master your emotions or they will master you. Most people believe they navigate life by feeling their way forward, but in truth, they are dragged by their emotions like prisoners in chains, anger pushing them to speak words they regret, fear stopping them from taking needed action, sadness freezing them in place, excitement leading to reckless mistakes. The Stoics did not deny emotions or pretend to be unfeeling. They simply refused to surrender control. They knew emotions are powerful yet unstable, and if you let them lead, they will drive you off course. Marcus Aurelius endured war, betrayal, and plague without letting fear rule him. Seneca faced exile and political danger without letting anger corrupt him. Epictetus lived through slavery without letting grief steal his will to act. The mistake most people make is thinking that controlling emotions means not feeling them. It doesn't. It means feeling them fully, but not letting them dictate your actions, words, or mindset. It's standing in the middle of the storm, feeling every drop of rain, but holding your ground against the wind. Most people fail because they've trained themselves to obey every impulse. Insult equals attack, anxiety equals retreat, sadness equals withdrawal. Stoic practice reverses this by pausing before reacting, letting the first surge of emotion pass and asking, what's the right action here, regardless of how I feel? Then doing exactly that, even when your feelings scream otherwise. This is not suppression, it is mastery. Suppression hides from emotion, but mastery uses it as fuel without letting it ignite chaos. When you dominate your emotions, insults lose their sting, fear loses its grip, and anger loses its control. You stop being a hostage to your feelings and become the commander of your mind. And once you're no longer ruled by emotion, the world itself loses much of its power over you, because in the end, very little can truly harm you except your own uncontrolled reactions. Law No. 5, seek discomfort or comfort will destroy. Comfort is the silent killer of strength. It doesn't strike suddenly, but creeps in slowly, making life a little easier, softer and safer until you realize you've become fragile. By avoiding pain, you've trained yourself to fear even the smallest challenges. The Stoics understood this danger, which is why they embraced discomfort voluntarily. Seneca slept on the ground when he had a bed. Marcus Aurelius led armies through brutal winters, and Epictetus chose simplicity over luxury. They knew that if you don't face hardship on your terms, life will impose it on you, and you'll be unprepared. In today's world, comfort is offered at every turn. Order food instead of cooking, scroll instead of thinking, complain instead of acting. Every easy choice weakens you, making you dependent on comfort like an addict on a drug. The more you cling to comfort, the less capable you become without it. A man who can't go hungry for an hour will crumble in real scarcity. One who can't bear the cold without complaining will fail in true hardship. One who needs approval before acting will freeze when it matters most. The Stoic flips this script by deliberately seeking discomfort, not as punishment but as preparation. Cold showers, fasting, physical training, speaking truth when silence is easier, and working without motivation are all ways to build resilience. Each moment of chosen discomfort is a deposit in the bank of mental and physical strength, training you to face the unexpected with confidence. When you live this way, hardship loses its power to scare you. You've already felt hunger, cold, pain, and rejection, and survived them all. The modern mind asks, how can I make this easier? While the Stoic mind asks, how can I make myself stronger? That shift is the difference between collapsing under pressure and thriving in it. Comfort won't bring happiness. It will make you numb and dependent. Discomfort chosen wisely sharpens you, fuels gratitude, and makes you unbreakable. The law is simple. Seek discomfort before it seeks you. Life will test you whether you're ready or not, and when that day comes, it won't be comfort that saves you. It will be your preparation. Law 4. You are not your feelings, you are your actions. Feelings are powerful but fleeting. They signal your state, not dictate your actions. The Stoics understood this distinction well. Emotions can inform you, but they do not define you. Your character is built on what you choose to do, not what you feel. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus all faced fear, pain, and reluctance, yet acted according to reason and duty rather than mood. If you wait for the right feeling to act, you'll live at the mercy of passing emotions. True strength comes from separating feelings from actions, walking forward while afraid, speaking calmly while angry, moving despite laziness. Those who chase comfort and avoid discomfort become reactive, drifting from one impulse to the next. Living by principles, not moods, makes you unbreakable. Decide in advance how to act and follow through regardless of emotional weather. Emotions are the storms, your actions are the ship's course. Respect your feelings, but don't let them rule you. Every choice to act despite mood forges a stronger, more disciplined version of yourself. Law 3. Stop complaining, start confronting. Complaining is the language of the powerless. It's the easiest thing in the world. Open your mouth, dump your frustration, and wait for someone else to fix your life. And that's why it's so dangerous. It feels like action, but it changes nothing. The Stoics had no patience for whining. Marcus Aurelius didn't waste ink writing about how unfair his position was. He wrote about how to endure it. Seneca didn't fill letters with endless complaints about exile. He wrote about how to use adversity as fuel. Epictetus didn't stand in the slave market cursing his fate. He trained his mind to be freer than his captors. Here's the brutal truth. Every second you spend complaining is a second you're not solving. You're reinforcing weakness. You're telling yourself and everyone else that you are a victim, not a fighter. Yes, bad things happen. Yes, people will wrong you. Yes, life will be unfair. The Stoic answer is not to deny this, but to meet it head on. If something can be changed, act. If it cannot, accept it and move forward. Either way, complaining is a waste. Modern society rewards complaining. Entire industries thrive on keeping you outraged, offended, and desperate for sympathy. But outrage doesn't build strength. Sympathy doesn't solve problems. The more you feed this habit, the more you cripple your own capacity to face reality. A Stoic strips away that dependency. You don't look for an audience to your suffering. You look for a solution or a strategy. If there is an obstacle, you move it, go around it, or climb over it. If there is pain, you endure it. If there is loss, you learn from it. You keep moving because stopping to complain serves nothing but your ego. This law is simple. The world owes you nothing, not fairness, not kindness, not understanding. If you want progress, you take it. If you want justice, you fight for it. If you want strength, you build it. No one is coming to save you. And that's good, because it means you have no reason to wait. Every moment you shift from complaining to confronting, you're rewiring your mind to see problems as fuel, not chains. You're telling yourself, I will act, even if the odds are against me. I will face what's in front of me without expecting the world to make it easy. Stop wasting breath on words that go nowhere. Start using that breath to move forward. Because the person who confronts reality instead of complaining about it is already ahead of 99% of the world. Law number 2. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is a liar. It shows up when it feels like it and disappears the moment things get hard. If you build your life on motivation, you're building on sand. One good storm and it's gone. Most people live like this. They do the work when they feel like it. They go to the gym when they're in the mood. They face challenges when they feel ready. And then they wonder why they never get anywhere. The truth is simple. If you only act when you feel motivated, you will never achieve anything worth achieving. The Stoics didn't wait for inspiration. They didn't rely on fleeting feelings to guide them. Marcus Aurelius got out of bed on mornings when his body screamed for rest, because duty mattered more than comfort. Seneca wrote about training the mind to work in both prosperity and hardship. Epictetus taught that freedom comes from self-mastery, not from waiting for the perfect emotional state. Discipline is the opposite of motivation. Discipline is showing up regardless of how you feel. It's doing the work because it's the right thing to do, not because it's easy, exciting, or fun. It's the soldier walking into the cold without complaint. It's the craftsman practicing his skill even when no one is watching. It's the leader making hard decisions when every part of him wants to run. Here's the harsh truth. Motivation is a bonus. It's nice when it's there, but it's irrelevant when it's gone. Discipline is the constant. Discipline is the backbone. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you moving when everything in you wants to quit. When you operate on discipline, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop asking, do I feel like it? The answer no longer matters. The only question is, what needs to be done? And then you do it. This is why most people never reach mental toughness. They're addicted to motivation. They wait for it like an addict waits for a hit. And when it doesn't come, they do nothing. The Stoic law is to train yourself so that your actions are independent of your feelings. The work happens whether the mood shows up or not. The world doesn't reward those who start. It rewards those who finish. And finishing belongs to the disciplined, not the motivated. So stop chasing a feeling. Start building a standard. Decide what must be done every day and do it. Rain or shine, tired or rested, inspired or empty. Discipline doesn't care how you feel, and if you live by it, neither will you. Law number 1, memento mori. Remember, you will die. Everything you are clinging to will end. Every possession you guard so tightly, every petty argument, every fear, every excuse, none of it will matter when your time runs out. And your time will run out. The only question is when. The Stoics kept death in front of them at all times, not to be morbid, but to be awake. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." Seneca reminded himself daily that life is not short, but that we waste most of it. Epictetus saw death not as an enemy, but as the ultimate reminder to live with purpose. The modern mind hides from death. We push it aside, avoid the topic, pretend we have more time, and because we hide from it, we live as if life is endless. We delay, we waste. We postpone what matters until tomorrow, until next week, until the right time, as if the clock isn't ticking. Memento mori is the most brutal of all Stoic laws because it forces you to strip away every illusion. You are mortal. Your days are numbered. Every hour that passes is gone forever. You don't get to bargain for more. And when you understand this, you see the stupidity of living in hesitation, fear, or distraction. When you remember death, your priorities sharpen. Petty grudges vanish. Fear of embarrassment fades. You stop obsessing over the opinions of people who won't even remember you in 50 years. You see clearly what matters and what doesn't. Memento mori is not a call to recklessness. It's a call to urgency, to live deliberately, to speak truth while you have the breath to do it, to do the hard thing while you have the strength, to become the person you know you could be before you run out of chances. Most people waste their lives chasing comfort, approval, or possessions. The Stoic who remembers death doesn't fall into that trap. They ask one question: if this were my last day, would I still do this? And if the answer is no, they stop doing it. When you keep death in mind, you stop drifting, you stop waiting, you stop letting trivial fears hold you hostage. You act, you speak, you live with the urgency of someone who knows that every day could be their last, because one of them will be. The clock is ticking, and that's not a reason to despair. It's the reason to live with fire in your chest and clarity in your mind. So now you've heard them. 8 brutal laws, not ideas, not tips, laws. Principles so sharp they will cut away the weakness you've been carrying if you have the courage to apply them. And here's the first thing you need to understand. Hearing them is worthless. You can binge all the videos, read all the books, highlight all the quotes from Marcus Aurelius and Seneca and Epictetus, but if you walk away and do nothing, then you've wasted your time. The Stoics were not collectors of wisdom. They were practitioners. They didn't write about self-control, resilience, and discipline so they could sound profound. They lived those things every day in the dirt, in the cold, in danger, in pain. And that's where these laws belong. Not just in your mind, but in your blood. Because what's the alternative? Keep living the way you've been living? Keep breaking at the first sign of pressure? Keep letting every insult, every obstacle, every bit of uncertainty own you? Keep being the person who talks about wanting to be strong, but never actually becomes strong? No, you came here for something more than that. Let's make this simple. If you want to become mentally unbreakable, these 8 laws are non-negotiable. Stop expecting life to be easy, because it never will be. Control what you can and ignore the rest, because the rest will only drain you. Master your emotions, because they will destroy you if you don't. Seek discomfort, because comfort will rot you from the inside. Act on principle, not on feelings, because feelings are temporary, but your actions define you. Stop complaining, because complaining is surrender. Build discipline, because motivation is a ghost. Remember you will die, because that's the only way to truly live. Every single one of these demands something from you. They demand you reject the excuses you've been using to protect your ego. They demand you stop blaming circumstances, stop waiting for the perfect time, stop pretending you can live without risk or pain. And that's the real battle, isn't it? Not against the world, but against yourself. Against the version of you that wants safety more than strength. Against the voice in your head that whispers, "Take it easy, you've done enough." Against the habits that keep you soft, distracted, and afraid. The Stoics didn't promise comfort, they promised freedom. And that freedom comes from being able to stand in the middle of chaos and remain unmoved. From being able to endure pain without letting it own you. From being able to lose everything and still not lose yourself. The question is, will you take this seriously, or will you treat it like entertainment? Will you actually live these laws, or will you just nod along, feeling inspired until the first test comes? Because the test will come. Someone will insult you. Something you worked for will fall apart. The future will suddenly become uncertain. You will face loss, rejection, fear, and pain. And when that day comes, all the good feelings you've been chasing will vanish. The only thing that will be left is what you've built. If you've been living by these laws, you'll be ready. You'll see the hit coming and meet it head-on. You'll adapt instead of panic. You'll act instead of complain. You'll endure instead of collapse. You'll take the pain, use it, and keep moving. If you haven't, you'll break. You'll realize too late that strength isn't built when the storm arrives. It's built long before, in the quiet moments when no one is watching. It's built in the discipline to do the work. In the choice to face discomfort, in the courage to act without the safety of certainty. The Stoics didn't just survive their time, they thrived in it, because they refused to live like victims. And if you truly want to be unbreakable, you have to do the same. So here's the challenge. Pick one law and start living it today. Not tomorrow, not when it's convenient, not when you feel ready. Today, practice controlling your reactions. Practice facing discomfort. Practice acting without motivation. Practice remembering that your time is running out. And once you've built that one law into your life, take another and another, until they're not just things you've heard, they're who you are. You will feel resistance, your mind will fight you. It will tell you this is too hard, too much, too unrealistic. That's the voice of weakness, the voice that's kept you exactly where you are. Ignore it. It's not your friend. It's the part of you that's afraid to grow, because growth means pain. But you've already been through pain. The difference now is that you'll use it. The difference now is that you'll stop running from it, stop whining about it, and start treating it like the raw material for strength. You want to be mentally unbreakable? Then accept that this is not a one-time decision. It's a way of life. You will have to wake up every day and choose to live by these laws, especially when it's hardest. Especially when it hurts, especially when no one is watching, because that's where it counts. Not when it's easy, not when the crowd is cheering, but in the lonely, brutal moments when no one will know if you quit, except you. The Stoics didn't care about looking strong. They cared about being strong, and that's the standard you have to set for yourself. Not for show, not for approval, but because you've decided you will not be the kind of person the world can break. In the end, all of this comes down to one truth. Life will test you again and again. You cannot control when or how. You can only control whether you are ready. And if you're not living these 8 laws, you are not ready. So the choice is yours. Live by these laws and become a fortress, or ignore them and remain a house of glass. The storms are coming either way. The only question is, will you still be standing when they pass?